Getting started with the business of the day. It's just to show you the phase where we are. Yes, so yesterday, our little bit, we were on this um, platform, which is our entertainment area. This is the entertainment area and the open plan kitchen. And like I mentioned yesterday, was that there's going to be joints on spacing of 450 millimeters. So these are the joints that are on the plane on every 450. So from this point to this point is 450. So they go across. So that's how the floor is solidified on all the joints. It's 450 millimeters. Yeah, that is the plan instruction, and it's beams which makes it solid. So 450 apart on every joint, 450 apart. Yeah, so we have got 450 here, and then we've got 450 there, 450 there, until we come across, until we get to the end of this panel. So that's how we make our floors and sitting on stilts here, very solid. And then there will be some 114s or pair lines that will go across, and then there will be isoboards. Yes, isoboards for the floor, and then there will be shutter ply boards on top. So this is very solid. That's how it is. So this second part of the same house, where the guy in blue overall is with a blue cap, they also do the same. We have also the 450 millimeter joints spread across to make it solid. They are also going that direction. The guy with an orange shirt. So that's all in beams. That's all in beams to make this a very solid floor. And even the walls of this house, they are in beams. The whole structure is in beams, which makes it a very solid house. One of the most solid houses that we have ever built. This is the first house that we have built with beams throughout. The others normally it's 114s. So it makes it very, very solid. And this is the parts that is that they are working on now, to make sure that they put those joints. They are putting those joints 450 millimeters each. Once they are done, they will go on this part. You can see these are not long. Then they will also do the same on this part, which is the foyer and the pergola and the boma in the middle. The boma is around where the sand is, right? So this is the center part where this house meets that house. So there will be a pergola and doors here and doors there. People walk from this side of the entertainment area side. They will cross into the 2 bedrooms and kitchen and open plan lounge, which is this one. These houses, they are all 6 by 12 in size. So basically these are 144 square meter. Both of them is 144 square meter in size. But then we have this part which approximately should be about 6 by what? This is 4 by 8. So this one is not that big, but let's put it at around 30 square meters. That's what I see. So we then take the 144 plus 30. It should give us a total of about 180 square meters approximately. This is the size of the house, and this is where guests can sit around the fire at the boma, the fire pit or the boma, gaze into the stars at night. gaze into the stars at night or admire nature during the day, because this place has got a lot of greens. It used to be a botanical garden, so it will be amazing at night, the sounds of the birds and so on when they sit on the boma around the fire, just talking, sharing experiences of life. It's quite interesting for only the people who visit from other countries, which is the plan also. They will be sitting around the fire, sharing their experiences and so on. So we are going to make all that possible for this client, to make sure that they realize their dream of having such a beautiful house. So there's two teams, as you can see. There's team one here, they are doing the same work, which is the joints. They have separated themselves into two, and the second team there doing the same thing. Because of the terrain in Stellenbosch, as you can see even on those other properties on the neighbor, it's mountainous. Stellenbosch is mountainous. You can see there's also a house there, it's mountainous. Yeah, it's mostly olive farming in Stellenbosch, that's why they utilize mountains. It's more like in Israel, the way they do their agriculture. You can see the whole mountains, it's the vineyards. Much of the wines, they are coming from Stellenbosch in South Africa for export market and also for domestic. And there is a lot of olives like those ones. So it's because of the terrain, because it's mountainous. So for you to build a house, for example, like the one that you are looking at, which is on concrete, they were lucky to find that place that is leveled. Otherwise it will be very expensive. So majority of the houses here, they've got to be on stilts or poles. It works cheaper because you just have to get your level like it is here and follow your level. You can see the builder's line right to the pole there. And then once you get your level, you set the stilts like what they did yesterday. And then when you set your stilts, you start building your wooden floor framing, which is this one. That's what we call the frame of the wooden floor. It has to be solid, hence the gaps are minimized by 450 on joints. Others, they like to take shortcuts, they'll even do 600. However, it's not good, because then that's where you get the wobbliness of the floor. Wooden floor, a lot of people complain that they make sounds when you are walking on top, they are wobbly. It's because of the fact that they would not have put enough of the beams and using the correct specifications and the sizes of 450. You see, because these are beams, so 450 is highly acceptable. If it was thin timber, less than 450, perhaps you could have seen more of the timber. The minimum that normally people work with is 300. So just to explain to you, the stilts have dried. Okay, most of the people, they know stilts as paws. They've dried, these treated paws, and they will continue to dry, making the structure very solid. So this is the underneath, and because of the terrain from this side, it's lower. It's even lower by the corner where the bathroom is, and it gets a bit higher until you get here because of the level. And it's very high in front where those guys are standing. I think you can see that on this one, on this corner, it's about a meter or so, or 1 point something, and then it gets to maybe 900, 800, 700. That's how it works. But on top, same level on top. It's just the way we build it. And then I've explained about this place being the foyer, the pergola, the boma, and what it is for. And then this is the second part of the house. They are also busy doing the 450 joints in between. You can see the lines are already set where they knock these beams across. And once they have done that, it means we have completed the floor. What will be left will be to knock the shutter ply boards. So this one on this side is very long. It's very long. Let me use the word, it's very high. It's very high. It's over a meter, you can see. So much that they can even utilize this space to pick other things. They can even make this space a storage, because if you clear the ground here, then you can take the ground downwards and build some retainer walls there, and then build a concrete floor. You can make this a very nice storage where you can store a lot of stuff. It's smart to have parking of cars. Normally when they are very high, the parking of cars, it becomes a garage, but this can be used as a storage, very nice storage. And then in terms of this space where there's greens right up to the top and where the generator is, that's where the deck is going to be there. There's going to be a 6 meter by 24, 6 meter by 30 rather, deck. So there's going to be a deck similar to this, also size of this house. Well, this is 6 meters, so there's going to be a 6 meter deck going right into the flowers here, going right to the end of to the beginning of the house, which is 30 meters. I think from what I can see, it will be more like a restaurant setup where people sit and eat, and as they are served their food sitting outside if there is a lot of guests, and watching the sunset, sunrise and stuff like that, because that is what I heard, that the purpose of the place is going to be mostly for holiday people coming from overseas, visiting South Africa, staying here. Yeah, so this will be like a restaurant. So all these greens will obviously be taken out and they will build a deck. Yeah, so you can see the stilts, that's how they are. This is the depth of the stilts. According to the plan, it's 500 by 500 by 500. That's what we are working on. 500 by 500 by 500. 500 by 500 by 500. And 500 by 500 by 500, and then you throw concrete to solidify them, yeah, and make them very strong. So this is the first requirement of the plan, that the digging of the stilts should be at 500 by 500 by 500. So they are busy, I'm sure, throwing concrete on most of them. Yeah, so this is basically how this house looks like. It's a beautiful house. It's very beautiful. It's gonna look very classy. Yeah. So it makes a bend there by the foyer, as you can see. It's a design. It's not like they've failed to make it straight. The idea is not to even build it straight. The idea is to build it like that, because if it was going to be straight, it was just going to mess the future plans of the deck, and if it was going to go straight towards that greenhouse there, which was going to change the complexion of this house. So we followed the plan, the dimensions, and exactly what we are asked to. But as you can see, this is treated timber, high quality timber, high grade timber, SABC approved, as you can see. So that's what we do at Pinnacle Homes. We don't do any shortcuts. We always try to make sure that we give value for our clients, value for the money, do them a lifestyle, do them a house that they will remember. Phoenix Homes for having delivered. We are so passionate about our work, and I'll put also a picture of how this house will look like. I'll also put a picture just to give an idea. It has got so many windows. You're looking at about 14 windows and a lot of doors and all that. It's a beautiful house. It's like a mansion, but on Nutec. That's how amazing it is. So for those people who watch me on YouTube, I think they can tell that no matter what the size, we can build. There are people who like 120 square meters. There are people who like 200, 300. No matter the size, we can build. There's nothing to stop us from building any size. Any size of the house we can build. So you must always call us. Perhaps next year you might want to have a project built by us. The details are there on YouTube, on our channel where I'm posting this. Phone numbers, all the information. Get in touch and we can send you a quotation. There's quite a lot of these houses in this area because of the terrain. I've seen a lot. We have built here before, down the road, close to JC Leroux also. We built 2 structures 2 years ago. So we are not new in Stellenbosch area. We have done a lot of projects here. So yeah, this is how it looks. This is how it looks. These are not our poles, they are just being used for setting up the floor. Our poles are the ones that are treated, these ones, the new ones. Yeah. So this is the shutter ply boards, the one that the guys are carrying. This is the floor. This is what forms the floor. But like I said, the process which they are doing right now is basically just to make sure that they set up the floor. We're still a long way. They still need to put the 450 beams across on joints, 450 millimeter spacing and beams on the joints like they've done on the first part. But in order to see how the level is, so that they don't have shutter ply boards that are on top and it doesn't look on level and make sense, they have to do this. They will remove these boards once they've set up the beams, because ISO boards are going to go first. In fact, they will be 38 by 38 by 4.8 timber that will go in there, supporting the pay lines that are going there, or the 114s. Those are just going to be used to support, right? And then for the purpose of laying the ISO boards. Then after that, the wooden floor shutter ply boards. Then we will start raising the frames for both houses, and then the roofing, which is the trusses, and then in the Nutec cladding. Those are the Nutecs then. Then the installation of windows, doors, and roof sheets, gutters, downpipes, dashboards and fascia boards. And then we are done. It will be now a house. And then we will start working inside, which is the insulation, isotherm on top of the OSB boards, then rhino boards 12.5 millimeter thick, then skimming, painting, electricals, plumbing, tiling of the bathrooms, tiling of the floor, laminated flooring, and then at the end it will be a beautiful, beautiful house, because it would have been finished, ready to move in. But before we get all to those stages, this is how you start. You start from this stage, the building. You start from this stage of the building. That's where most of the work is here. That's where a lot of work is here. Yeah, so thank you for watching on YouTube, because that is where most of our followers, they watch us. TikTok and also Facebook. It's part of our marketing at Clinical Homes, so that we don't have a lot of clients asking us over the phone, because most of the clients, they ask wanting to know, what is this? How do you build on stilts? How do you build on falls? What is the procedure? Where does the house sit on? So everything is clear here. We got here when it was just a ground, and then from the ground we pegged this house using the builder's line. From pegging, we started to dig the walls, like what that guy with the jackhammer is doing, having known where the poles are going to be, or the stilts. And after that, we started to sink stilts, concrete them. That's why you see bags of stone and then cement. And then after that, we started to do the panels. And after that, we started to knock and anchor the panels on top of the stilts, which is what is happening now. Is the base. In simple terms, this is what is called the foundation. Yeah, yes, people mostly think that foundation is for brick house. Any structure has got foundation. So we're using generator. It's good to see that the ESCOM people are here. The ESCOM people are here now. So we're gonna have electricity, which will make our work easier, because there was problems with power at the farm. So ESCOM is here doing their thing. I'm sure they've already connected power, and it works efficient when we have got electricity compared to, yeah, you can see how beautiful this place is. Those mountains, I'm sure those are the mountains for Franschhoek side. Stellenbosch town is just in between that town, that mountain. There is the town, and to the mountain, that's where Stellenbosch University is. So Stellenbosch University is, or Stellies as they call it, is just below those mountains. So this is one of the most beautiful picturesque places in South Africa, Stellenbosch. A very, very beautiful place. Normally a place of the wealthy, the aristocrats of South Africa. You find them there, the billionaires, the people who control most of the means of production in South Africa. They are all staying in Stellenbosch. Yeah, so it's also beautiful for us to be working here. It's quite refreshing. The nature, the gardens, a lot of trees, a lot of greens. It brings positivity and optimism and life. You don't want to be in places where there is only concrete, no green. I think that's all what the climate activists are talking about. That's the future that they want, where it's green everywhere, and use of sustainable building materials like what we do, which is Nutec and timber, because they are sustainable building products. Energy consumption, off-grid houses, off-grid properties, like this property is off-grid. It's going to be running off-grid. There is already down there by the tanks, so it's actually good. You can see the inverters, the batteries in between the tanks. That's their station for renewable, which is solar power. So yeah, you take houses, they work very well in this new normal that the world is moving to, where the use of coal powered electricity and fire station is a thing of the past, where the use of hydroelectrical energy is also going to be the thing of the past. But wind, think of a property like that, they can mount as many wind turbines many solar. This roof can even sustain a lot of solar panels, you know, on this greenhouse. So even on top of this house, there will be panels, a lot of solar panels, because that's the future that it looks like. It's a beautiful place, as you can see. Nice place. Yeah. So we're enjoying our work here, and everything is going well. It's a beautiful place. Very nice. Yeah. So we keep on updating you stage by stage until we finish this house, until we complete the project, until the project is completed. But as of now, that's where we are. This is for YouTube, that's why it's going to be a 30-minute video, because we want our clients to really understand building on Nutec, the type of materials we use. These are the beams. There is loyal followers on YouTube who don't even complain about these videos being long. They really want to understand each and everything about the Nutec houses. Hence I take my time to explain to them, because it's educational, promotional, and marketing at the same time. Because the clients who are really serious, they need to know all these things. As you can see, the concreting, they are mixing sand and there. So this is what we do, the clinical homes. So next year, for those who want to build their houses, you have seen what we can do. Give us a try. We can build throughout South Africa. We are not confined to Western Cape or Cape Town. You can come to your town, you can build in Eastern Cape, Northern Cape, Western Cape, Gauteng Province, Mpumalanga, Limpopo, Free State, Northern Cape, Northwest, KZN, KwaZulu-Natal. We can build in all those provinces. Which one did I leave? Mpumalanga, Limpopo. Further up, you can build as well. The timber comes from Mpumalanga, which makes it easier, and the other timber comes from, mostly for Western Cape, it comes from George and Eastern Cape in Lusisiki area, and also I think Port Alfred. Yeah, there is also some timber plantations in George, in Kroetsbrak in George. I've been in the timber plantations there. So for those in Mpumalanga, I think the timber is quite reasonable, and Gauteng and Limpopo province, because of much of the timber coming from Mpumalanga. And also I think for those in Eastern Cape, their prices of timber is better, and George area, because of the plantations of timber there. They are very pricey here in Western Cape, because they are coming from other provinces. Yeah, but regardless, we try by all means to build our clients, and being competitive on the pricing, and sticking to the provisions of the plan, complying with the plan, adhering with the plan, no deviations unless otherwise instructed by the engineers and the architects and the planners, inspectors. Otherwise, there is not any deviation that we just do on our own. We follow everything on plan to the T, because if we deviate, then the project won't be passed. Deviations are only allowed when they are signed for and approved for by the engineers. Yeah, so everything that you see here is strictly in accordance to the provisions of the plan, in compliance with the plan, and as per the requirements of the plan, and as per what the instruction on the plan. We have to adhere to each and every requirement. That's what our work. We always have 2 plans on the side, so that every time you take a look, and follow the plan. So thank you for watching, YouTube watchers, followers, and those ones who watch on TikTok and Facebook who are interested in our work and who in future envisions building a Nutec, or who in future have got plans to build a Nutec. It's one of the most sustainable alternative housing solutions. It actually fits the profile of this world that we live, of the renewables, because it's made from natural materials, which is timber, and timber is a natural insulator, which means it's very warm compared to brick inside, because timber is a natural insulator. Plus add the insulation from isotherm, add the insulation through the R values that we have to comply with for region 3, 3.7, the glazing of the windows, the right roof sheets with the required R value, which is the thermal resistant. Then you come out with a house that won't need you to use air cons or to use heaters. So that's how it saves energy. Energy regulator. When it's hot in summer, it's cool. When it's cold, it's warm because of the isotherm that we put. And we put 135 millimeter isotherm, not 50. 135 millimeter isotherm approved by ESCOM. And that helps in terms of energy saving. You won't need heaters, air conditioners, and then in so doing you will be saving a lot of electricity. And it's now mandatory and compulsory for all the houses in South Africa that they must have isotherm, be it brick, and that isotherm must comply with ESCOM, and it must be written ESCOM with the ISO standards that complies, because some people are just making this insulation, and insulations also are made from recycled products. Your plastic bottles for Coca-Cola, plastic bottles for cooking oil, the plastic bottles that you use on day-to-day basis, they are taken into the factory and then they are recycled and made to a new product, which is the insulation. So next time when you see people picking up 500 milliliter bottles and all that stuff, taking them to companies in trolleys, it's popular in a lot of towns. There is companies like Isotherm, they buy those. I've been to their factory and then they make Isotherm from those. So that's how Isotherm is made. It looks like a blanket. It looks like a blanket that is spread on the ceilings and on the walls. Yeah. So that is what we are doing. The guy there is mixing concrete, throwing concrete in the stilts. Yeah. That's what we are doing. And then we're gonna continue here with 450 millimeter spacing and on joints, beams that goes across. Once that is done, isoboards comes in and the floor on this 2-bedroom open plan kitchen and sitting room, and also that foyer that comes with a bomber, pergola, and which is also an entrance for in between these two structures. That one is more of a sitting room, entertainment area, with also bathrooms there, and there's also bathrooms on this side. Yeah. So that's all we are doing. The stilts very solid once concreted. Won't move anywhere. It's for life. On top they would do wooden floor tiles, I'm sure, because I saw that is their style. in the other Nutec house that is on top. Yeah. So this is the last minute of the video. I would like to thank you for watching and taking interest. Follow us on YouTube, Nutec Homes, Cape Town, Pinnacle Homes. That is the name of our company. Follow us on TikTok, Pinnacle Homes, Nutec Houses, South Africa. Follow us on Facebook, Pinnacle Homes and Projects, Nutec House, Nutec Homes, Cape Town, Nutec Homes, Western Cape, Nutec Houses and When the Houses groups, and Nutec Houses, Cape Town. They are all pages that are affiliated to Pinnacle Homes marketing. So thank you so much for watching and for following our work. We'll keep on uploading and showing more of our work. Those are the materials that will go in. As I explained, we still have a lot of materials to come. But enjoy your day. Thank you.